Hello YouTube, here I am. I am excited to practice my speaking. At first, as a matter of fact, I didn't like this practice at all. It was 15-minute practice at first, and I didn't want it to but I didn't want it to be longer than 15 minutes because videotaping myself and reviewing myself later takes quite a while, right? And I thought it would be a waste of time, but now, anyway, I part my hair, my bangs, is it okay? Opposite way. I usually part my hair here, but when I part my hair here, it is pretty, I don't know how to say it, not thick, I mean thin, okay, thin. And I don't think I look very good, or I don't know. But I put on my makeup a little bit because without any makeup, no, a woman in my late 50s, in her late 50s, without makeup, I look like a ghost, all right? Anyway, enough about my face, but where was I? When I sit in my camera, in front of my camera, in front of my iPhone, it makes me slow. It makes me slow. It makes me speak slow. I don't know, but I am getting used to this. Actually, I'm getting used to it. And at first, I didn't like the idea of recording my voice, videotaping myself, and seeing it myself speaking later. Everything was daunting to me. I didn't want to do it. Even now, I feel a bit nervous, but the more I do it, the more I am getting used to it. And now I finally began to find this practice pretty interesting and enjoyable and exciting. And actually, it changed my life completely. Until 22 days ago, English was not part of my life, but now it is part of my life completely. And thanks to this practice, it changed my English life. It made my English life more pragmatic, practical, real, okay, fun, enjoyable. Because now I'm using English, right? Just until recently, only 22 days ago or 23 days ago, it was not part of my life. I'm saying the same thing over and over again, but it's okay, totally okay, because this is practice, and I only have 30 minutes or so, and it makes me feel a bit in a hurry, okay? It makes me feel a bit jittering. Is it okay, jittering? This is a word I've just learned somewhere, and I even don't know if I can use this word, and I even don't know if this word can be used in this context. Oh no. I even don't know if it's okay for this word to be used in this context. But I just wanted to use this. I'm curious. I'm a very curious person now. And where was I anyway? Yes. And now English has become completely part of my life. And every day while I'm doing something else, I always think something in English. And like today, what am I going to talk about in English? Or if something happened, oh yes, this is something that I really want to talk about this in my practice or something like that. Now it's completely changed the way I spend my days, okay? I always think about English and how to say this in English, and if I don't know how to say it, I look it up on the dictionary as soon as possible, and I learned the new expressions and the new usage of words and so forth. And I decided to stop studying for step tests for the time being. I'm sorry. Yeah, for the last, I don't know how long have I been studying for step tests this time around, but let's see. Maybe from the beginning of June or beginning of July, I even don't remember, but this time I was determined to pass first grade, not only the first written test, but also the second speech test. And just until recently, I was actually studying for the second round speech test. I was thinking of studying, preparing for the second speech test around September, or at the latest, I thought I might start studying for it. November. The test itself, the second test is supposed to be in the middle of November, at the end of November. I don't know which. I don't remember. I'm kind of oblivious to it because it is not important at the moment. But after I finished the first round test, I haven't even applied for it yet, though. If I pass the first round test, I think I can pass it if I take the test now, except for the essay. Okay, I've been preparing for the essay, and at the same time, it can be used for the second speech test. If I can write the essay, it means that I can write a script for the speech, right? So that is why I've already started working on the essay, and I didn't know when I apply for the test. The deadline is 1 month away, and it's supposed to be the deadline. The deadline is supposed to be in the middle of September, I guess. And anyway, I've been studying for it so hard. I bought actually so many textbooks this time. And do you want to see it? Okay. So many textbooks, right? So many textbooks. Okay. For one thing, I like shopping. I'm a bit addicted to shopping, and that's why when I try to buy something, I feel so excited. And that's why ever since I started studying English all over again this time. Buying a textbook was part of my hobby because it makes me feel so good. And yeah, it was interesting to look for or find very enlightening books on Amazon, and by reading reviews and explanations or descriptions and like that. Talking into the camera like this is more difficult for me to do than just recording my voice to voice memo. And today I don't think I'm doing very good, and I feel very embarrassed when I'm speaking now. Okay, I don't really want myself to appear on the screen. I wonder if I will really upload this video to YouTube. I'm not sure. It's more difficult to do for me. It's more difficult for me to do. It's so awkward, right? It's so awkward. This kind of awkward feeling is something that I have to overcome, though. And anyway, where was I? There are so many things that I want to say, and I was thinking about saying, but only 20 or 30% of it can be done, and it's so frustrating. But this kind of thing could happen to other people. Like I was just watching a little while ago. I was watching someone's YouTube video, and the video was someone I have known of for several years. He is a YouTuber, and he is Japanese. He's a man, and actually I was talking about him in yesterday's video too. He was the person I was talking about yesterday whose TH sound sounded like D. I'm very sorry being so meticulous, but yeah, it doesn't matter. It's not such a big deal because he can make himself understood and no problem, without any problem, right? That's not what matters, right? And he was talking about people who don't have confidence in their English, even though they're somewhere between upper intermediate pronunciation is okay, is pronunciation okay, and advanced. People in that level, even such people could feel hesitant to say that, like, I'm advanced, okay, I'm upper middle level or something like that. And I can relate to that, but now I'm exposing myself like this. I think I'm overcoming this awkwardness. Hesitation by saying that I'm in, I don't know how to say it, on the level of intermediate, upper intermediate, or a little advanced, because Japanese people tend to be hesitant to boast about themselves, right? Or even they tend to be hesitant even to be proud of themselves, right? Unlike other countries' people. Like, for us, people in other countries are too proud of themselves sometimes, right? But this is what we have to learn from them, I guess. And anyway, where was I? Yeah, speaking into the camera is very difficult and awkward, but this is what I sometimes have to do to get used to it. And anything else. So there were lots of things I wanted to talk about, but once I sit in front of the camera, I feel like as if I was able to, my grammar is bad, right? I was able to express myself only 30% of it, and it makes me feel so discouraged. But yes, just as I said a little while ago, this is something that happened to this is something that happens to other people too. And when I was watching that person's video a little while ago, yes, this is where I was, right? And he said the same thing. And even someone like him, has difficulty speaking clearly and speaking everything he says he has in mind. It's so funny that just speaking like this makes my mind hazy, smoky, cloudy, whatever. Okay, and in yesterday's video, I was talking about this very wonderful woman who is my role model, who has become my role model. And I have been watching her videos today too. And what she said was something like this. She recommends we use English in everyday life, and we act as if we were bilingual already. Yes, we are bilingual because bilingual means someone who speaks two languages, right? Two languages. And if you speak three languages, it means that you can be called trilingual, right? And I want to be a trilingual. I'd rather, I don't know, my grammar goes blank. I'd rather, I don't know how to proceed this sentence. I'd rather be called a trilingual because not only Japanese and English, but also I speak a little bit of Spanish. Although I have been away from Spanish because I wanted to concentrate on studying English for the time being, I feel like I forgot all about it, but it's okay for me to start it anytime, right? That's how I have been studying English, right? Unless you stop, you can improve. You can continue to improve, right? Yes. Where was I? Yes. And the woman I was talking about yesterday always says that we should use English in our daily life or daily lives, whatever. I don't know which, but it doesn't matter, okay? And it's very important to act as if we are already bilingual. Yes, we are bilingual. Yeah, we are bilingual because we speak two languages. Although English is not as good as our mother tongue, right? Yeah, it is. It is. It's no wonder because your foreign language cannot be better than your mother tongue. This is what is told, right? Usually. Probably there might be some exceptions depending on the person. I don't know, but usually it is said that your foreign language cannot be as good as your mother tongue. It cannot surpass, is it okay? Surpass your mother tongue. But this is not important either. And so in everyday lives, we listen to English as much as possible, and we write things in English, like we post something, I mean, in terms of SNS, right? SNS, X or Facebook or Instagram, whatever. We can write our posts in English, and we can read something in English because we want to get information and anything else. And we can speak English as much as possible anytime in our daily lives. And she says that it's important to make English something normal, and this is something that was missing. I mean, that was lacking in myself, though. It is, she says that if you can't use English as something that you usually use in your life, English might become something special, something not special in a good sense, but it cannot be, I don't know how to put this word, I don't know how to put what I'm thinking about in English so close to the camera, as close as this. It makes me so nervous, but this is very important. I mean, she also says that you should put in a situation where you have difficulty doing something, right? And it makes you feel so, I don't know, at a loss for what to do. And in such a case, I don't know, I'm at a loss for what to do. I'm at a loss for words now. Okay, anyway. And I've been doing what she tells us to do. That was not because I watched her videos. Even I started doing this even before I started watching her videos, because I came across her videos just 1 or 2 days ago, right? But it makes me feel that I'm on the right track, and it makes me happy to know that what I'm doing is necessary for me to become a better English speaker at last. And this is something that I've I had never done intentionally, because somehow, probably for us, many of us, especially Japanese people, speaking up can be a bit troublesome, right? For me, speaking was the most difficult part. At first, just after I began studying English, it was fun because foreign language, English, was my first language, and even before I started studying English, it was like some kind of, I don't know how to say it, not magic, but it's a very mystical thing. I mean, language, unknown language. It sounds like Greek, right? Something that we cannot totally understand. But if you understand it, you can use it to communicate, right? It's something really mystical. Is it okay? Mystical, mysterious. And so that's why just after I started studying English, and I started learning some English sentences, and when I tried to use them to my teacher, who was a Canadian woman, I felt really excited, because I was like, wow, I was able to make myself understood with some English sentences. And this is something that I couldn't do just until recently, or something like that. At first, it was so fun and enjoyable, and it was so fresh. I felt so refreshed, because when I started studying English, my oldest daughter was 7 years old, and she just started elementary school, and I also wanted to start something new myself, and I chose English. And I was talking about this in my previous videos, but it is private, so you cannot see. But maybe next time or some other time, I'll be talking about this, I'm sure. But okay, not today. All right. So once it was totally fun, but the more I study, the less I found it, and less enthusiastic about it. Oh, I'm sorry about my broken English here and there, though. Okay, because when you regard English as something extraordinary, you tend to be self-conscious, right? It's like for example, if you study English for about 2 or 3, studying English for 2 or 3 hours is pretty much, right? Usually people are busy, and they can only study English for an hour at the most, right? In such a case, let's say you only have time 1 hour to study, and let's say I'm going to study English. I'm going to study English from now, and that's something really special, right? It's not ordinary, right? Ordinary. It's something extraordinary, right? she says that we shouldn't do such a thing. We shouldn't do such a thing. Yeah, speaking is very difficult, right? But why do I feel this way? Because I feel more relaxed. I feel usually more relaxed except the time when I'm speaking in front of the camera like this. But I shouldn't be discouraged by this because I'm not used to this. Okay. This is pretty normal. All right. Even in Japanese, I don't think I can speak as much as I want. And in English, it is totally normal for me not to be able to speak as much or as well. Yeah. And probably I don't want to be looked stupid, or I don't want to be regarded as being, I don't know, slow or not intelligent or something like that. It makes me feel so self-conscious. That is why. It doesn't give me much freedom speaking in front of a camera like this, but okay. It's okay if I will become better, right? I will become better at it. And anything else? So she says that make English something ordinal or something normal, and that way, if you do this way, your English will activate. No, you can activate your English more. And I'm already began to feel this way, that English has becoming more and more natural. Yeah, it doesn't sound natural at all, though. Today I'm awful, right? Today I'm awful. Okay. And anything else? Yeah, there are so many things that I wanted to talk about, but now my mind goes blank and it makes me cram up. Yes, I'm going to stop studying for the tests, although I still continue building up my vocabulary because it's helpful. But I'm going to read as much as possible, and I'm going to listen to English as much as possible. At the same time, I'm going to practice speaking even more from tomorrow. And for the time being, I'm not thinking about I will not be thinking about taking a test or something like that. I'll forget about it. I'll forget all about it for the time being. And see how things will go. Okay. Well, and today, I watched a very interesting video. There was a video of, what was that? Yes, there were two women in the video, and one of the people was a woman I was talking about in yesterday's video, the woman whose video I happened to find again for the first time in a few years. She was talking about in her video how to make the right TH sound in her video, and she was collaborating with another woman in that video, and the other woman is also the one I have known of for such a long time on YouTube. She's a very famous YouTuber, and she's also a pronunciation coach, and they were going to talk with each other in English. And actually, that was going to be my very first time to see the other woman, who is an pronunciation coach, English pronunciation coach, speak in English. I've never seen her speaking in English in any of her videos, or maybe I have been avoiding seeing her speaking in English out of jealousy, probably. I was just scared to see her speaking good English, probably. It happened today, though. That was my very first time to see her speaking in English, though. But before I watched the video, I was not confident, or I felt a bit scared to see it somehow, maybe out of jealousy. But anyway, I started watching the video, and I was so surprised. She was speaking very good English. She was not speaking fast. She was speaking pretty slowly, as she was thinking, or she was picking up some words, the right words, and but she sounded very natural, using lots of, in her speech, conversations, which I can't use. I can't use, in my speech, because English is not a second language for me yet, second nature, so I'll have to talk more to be able to say, in my speech, though. Anyway, even though she sometimes gets stuck, fumbling for words, but I was impressed to see her. I was impressed to see how she speaks, actually. And I'm so sorry. I had some wrong ideas about her, and it might be sounding like I'm condescending, or maybe I might be sounding as if I thought I could be a better speaker than she is, or something like that. No, that's not like that. No, it's not something like that. But I just didn't want her to speak English because I was not confident enough. I really hope you understand what I mean, but I'm not a very good person. I can't say exactly how I feel now in English, but I'm very timid. I'm timid. I'm a coward, and I don't want to say something bad about myself, but this is true. And anyway, I realized that I have some wrong ideas about her, and I was so impressed the way she speaks. When I saw her speak English, and she did a great job in the interview, and I admire her so much. I want to be like her, and I was also proud of her as one of Japanese, and I wish I could be like her. And to make my dream come true, I have to make an effort, and yes, I'm determined to keep going, keep practicing, and my sounds a bit awkward, right? It doesn't sound natural, right? But the more I practice, the better I can become at saying, I really hope so, though. Okay, and I thought that studying for the test was very helpful, and it was actually helpful because I was able to boost my vocabulary to some extent, which made it easier for me to read something and listen to English, for example, on YouTube videos or something like that. It really worked in a very short time, and I was astonished how effective it was. Trying to boost your vocabulary, and then it will help you improve your listening skills. It really worked, but I began to feel that there is something different, or I began to feel that studying for the only test is not right. I've been working on memorizing the script of essays in a textbook, and I worked on transcribing all those sentences so that I can learn how to write an essay. I thought that transcribing is the best way, is the surest way. But somewhere in my mind, somewhere back of my mind, I thought it might be a bit different. I don't know. Oh, okay. I'm going to finish this recording, and I'm going to check how I speak. Okay, thank you very much for watching. See you soon. Bye.